Hi, I'm Chef Scotty Campbell, your ambassador to the amazing lifestyle that is Viking outdoor and indoor appliances. Today we're celebrating the arrival of a new Viking custom range. And to get it ready to prepare some fantastic meals, we're going to be cleaning the griddle and seasoning it for the first time. When you walk up to your brand new Viking in your home, you're going to notice that on the griddle there is a white sheen or protective cover that comes with it. This is a polymer glaze that prevents the raw cold steel from rusting during shipping, and it's really important to get all of this off before we start cooking. We're going to take regular soapy water. I recommend dish soap or any soap that you would wash anything that you would put or use for food service. Try not to use anything too astringent, paint thinner or anything like that, anything with a chemical that you wouldn't want around food. And what I'm doing here is making a circular motion with a soft brush. This has a burnished or blanchard finish on there. Grooves have been cut in various directions to make sure that the food releases and cooks evenly. So I'm going to have to go in all directions to get this finish off of the griddle. This will probably be, if done correctly, the only time that you put soap and water to your Viking griddle. All right, as we scrub the griddle, again, circular motions. You don't have to push very hard, but you want to make sure and just give it a nice solid scrub. After each time, we're going to rub it gently with a soft paper towel or cloth towel, and you can see how the metal filings and the protective coating is coming up, and the griddle is getting bright and shiny. Okay, with a little bit of elbow grease and over a short period of time, we've now got our griddle to the bright, shiny, polished look that we all dream of. Take a few minutes and savor this moment. Look at it, enjoy it, because if used correctly, this will be the last time it ever looks like this. You'll notice that there may be a little bit of a watermark in the steel. There may be a little bit of a blemish in there. Don't worry about that. That's not going to come up in your food. That's part of the cold roll steel. Now we're going to get the griddle ready for seasoning. Now that the griddle is clean, it's ready for seasoning. And what we're going to be doing here is creating a protective film over the raw steel to prevent it from rusting, but more importantly, to create that non-stick surface that will be the perfect medium for cooking our food. Okay, probably the most important decision in seasoning your griddle is what kind of oil to use, which oil to use. My preference is peanut oil. What we're looking for here is a high heat oil that isn't going to leave a gummy residue when you caramelize it onto the steel. If you have a nut issue, if you're worried about having nut oils in and around your food, try a saffron oil or a cottonseed oil. Anything that you would fry in is going to be a good medium to create the base for your seasoned griddle. Starting with a cold griddle, what I'm going to do is put a nice thick coat of my oil on. Bring it out to the side. Using a paper towel, I want to cover every inch of my griddle. Get it along the creases. Push it out to the edge. Make sure that it's a nice thick coating. And now we're ready to turn on the griddle. What we're going to be doing here, I'm going to turn the griddle on high. We're going to let it come up to a smoky, screaming hot griddle, and you'll start to see wisps of smoke coming from the oil. We know we're getting somewhere when you start to see the smoke. Once that gets to that level, turn the griddle off. Let it cool down. It doesn't have to go all the way to room temperature. But what we want to do is get it cool enough to where I can take a paper towel and comfortably wipe the residue of the oil off. Once we've got it back on and clean, I'm going to put another layer of fresh oil on, take it right back up, and get it screaming hot again. We're going to repeat that process 4 times. At the end of 4 times, what you're going to find is You're going to have a watermark. It won't be completely brown. This has been seasoned a couple of times, but it may be just splotchy, kind of a watermark finish. Don't worry about that. Even the parts that don't look coated are coated with a very thin veneer. You're ready now to cook on your new Viking griddle. Now that it's seasoned, it's time to start cooking. And as you cook on this and create wonderful meals for your family, you're going to see this go from a golden brown to a very dark chocolate. This is carbonized oils and fats in the food that you've been cooking. And because it is carbon, it will not support any bacteria. It won't draw bugs. It's a very clean, aseptic, non-stick surface. The important thing is to remember, treat it with the reverence that you would treat your grandmother's cast iron skillet. No soap, no scouring pads. After each use, just simply scrape all of the debris into the tray and put another light coating of oil on it, put the cover on it, and it's waiting to celebrate your life one bite at a time.